Hey all you gamers and geeks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing looking at the farm animals and pets component of the Enshrouded update number 4. If you haven't gotten your first pet and first farm animal, you might want to click the card in the description box below and check out that first video, then come back to this one. In that video I tell you everything you need to know about getting the cat and getting the goat. Today we're going to be talking about your second pet and a bunch more animals, so stay tuned. So the first quest for the cat was given to you by the alchemist, and you go to the alchemist tower to find it. The next pet is given to you by the hunter. She really wants you to go and find her a hunting companion. So off she sends you to get a dog. But first, you gotta get the bait. The dog food bait is very similar to the cat food bait. All of the meats listed here we went over in the last video, so if you don't know where to find any of these meats, head on back to that previous video linked in the description box below, and it'll show you exactly where to get those first 3 meats. The purple berries you find pretty early on in your first 5 minutes of gameplay, but drying them is another matter. Because you've already got your hunter, she's probably already sent you on your first quest to get a drying rack, so we're going to grab those purple berries and put them in the drying rack. Now we've got our bait and we're ready to go. So let's talk about how to actually get the dog. If you've already been to Thornhold, then the second part of the quest after you've made your bait is going to just say it's done. If you hit the A key to go to the previous selection on this quest log, it'll give you option to show location on your map. So hit that F key so it shows you where you need to go. Set that as your waypoint, and then we're going to head right back to the Revelwood Spires. Follow your map, jump off the tower. That's going to bring you to Thornwood. If you've been here already, you know you're in for a bit of a battle. You got to fight your way in. I went in guns blazing, not really thinking, and I may have killed one of the dogs, because it says here there's a plaque and a cage for a dog named Dead Meat that I never found. I don't know if only one spawns or if I actually killed the poor puppers. But the second one is up here. If you walk up there, Ruffles is up here, all nice and safe and sound and protected. Just like previously, you're going to creep up to the animal, wait for the question mark, throw your bait, take a couple of steps, wait for the question mark again, as many times as you need to. You're going to pet your puppy, then you're going to back up and do it all again. Once you've got yourself your new best friend, you head back home and you get him all set up. Go and make a dog bed, a food bowl, and your actual dog food. Find a nice cozy place for your new best friend. Put down all the accoutrements and get your buff. Oh, he's such a cute puppy. Looks like we got ourselves a lovely little Labrador here who's so cute. Next, we're going to be looking at the Hophares. The Hophares doesn't actually give you any resources or a buff. They just kind of eat food and take up space, but they're cute as heck, so we're going to get one. The Hophare bait requires forest beet, hazelnuts, strawberries, and corn on the cob. The first 3 you can actually get in the same area. We're going to head back to the Revelwood Spire, and right next to the flame shrine that I showed you in the last one, just off that ledge is a little abandoned village called Dydwin. Around here you're going to find these trees here. You'll actually see hazelnuts on it. If you click on those, you can harvest those hazelnuts, and that's where you get that ingredient. All around on the ground you're going to find strawberries, and you're going to find these forest beets. If you don't have much luck at this location, going back to the blue goblet from the previous video, strawberries and forest beets aplenty around there, as well as honey and some other ingredients. So those are two really good locations for that. The last item in the bait is corn on the cob. Again, right at the beginning, there is one corn stalk right near that first base, but if you've missed it, a great place to get a bunch of corn pretty early on. The first spire you get to, Springland's Fast Travel. Just off to the left of that is a farm called Harvest Homestead. You want to jump off this tower, head to this one, and most of it is dried, but you are going to get several cobs. Running through this farmstead, you should get between 20 and 40 corn cobs, take back to your flower beds and perpetuate. Next we have the Fae Deer. For the ingredients for this, a lot of this we've already covered. You've got your plant fiber and your corn on the cob, which we just got from the Harvest Homestead, your forest beets, which you got from the blue goblet, and then your red mushrooms, which are everywhere. The last one is the milk. If you followed the first video first, you should have goats in your farm now, so just walk over to them and get your milk off your goat. Next, again, we're going back to the Revelwood Spire, jumping off there. Anywhere in that area, you're gonna find Fae Deer. They're all over in this area. You may have to fight off some boars because they will attack them. And again, we're gonna play our little stop and go. The Fae Deer have 2 hearts, so you do have to approach twice. They're less skittish, so the question mark usually only comes up once, unless there's, again, boar around. But you throw your bait, wait for the question mark to clear, pet your friend, back up, throw your bait, wait for the question mark to pass, pet your friend. Now you've got some lovely new pets. Back at base, these guys need some nests, they need their food platter, and their food, someplace nice and warm and cozy to hang out. And the last one for this video that we're going to look at today is the Flightless Red Tails. The bait for this one is bell peppers, wheat grain, corn, and dried purple berries. The last 2 we've already gotten earlier in the video. I'm going to show you where you can get the bell peppers and the wheat grains. It's kind of challenging. You're going to head up to the Nomad Ancient Spire. They are in that area, bell peppers aplenty, but the wheat you can only get in one location, and that location is the Bounty Barn. It is located south of the Nomad Ancient Spire and east of Umber Hollow. So we're going to head over to that spire and you're going to get to Bounty Barn. Now there are some things to fight here. You don't want to fight it in the garden unless you're just sword and boarding it. The monsters around here are level 20, just so you're aware. But this is where you find your wheat, and then around back is where you're going to find your bell peppers. There's also a herb garden that has sage, but that's for a different video. Now that you've got your bait, we're gonna go get the chickens. Again, you can head up to the Nomad Spire. We'll take you to an area where you can get these chickens, these flightless red tails. I find the best place over here is to put a flame shrine right on top of the pillars of creation, because that's a pretty useful spot. And from there, we're just going to jump off, again, find any place that looks pretty cozy, looks pretty calm. There's our bird. Again, we're gonna play some red light, green light. See the question mark, we stop. He eats, we see a little yellow heart. And now we can approach and pet. We back off again, and then approach a second time. Same thing, stop, go, move. Again, stop, go, get out of the way, stop, go, feed the bird, pet the bird, take the bird home. There are tons of them in this area. These guys are pretty easy. The hardest part about the flightless red tails is everything else wants to kill them too, so that makes them challenging to get before something else kills it. Then again, you bring it back to your base, find an enclosed space. They need a shelter, they need a cozy bed, they need food. Now, the piece that I didn't show in the last video is if you have extra beds and food for your animals, they will make babies, and they're so cute. The babies will not produce any resources, but they will eat the food. So whenever you're ready, you can walk up, you can hit upgrade, and they will grow up. If you don't mind having a few useless mouths to feed, the babies are really freaking cute. So I have a tendency to keep 1 or 2 babies around just because I like looking at them. I don't mind feeding them. I really enjoy farming resources, so I feed them for the cuteness factor. It's totally fine. If you're going to be leaving your base for a while, you might want to empty those food dishes because they will continue to eat constantly. Even when you're not at your base, they will continue to consume resources, and they will only hold up to 2 resources in their inventory. You will not get 6 or 8 or 10. You will get 2 each time you click on them, and they happen pretty quickly. They will not starve to death, and they will not abandon you if they have no food. So in my opinion, there is no point in feeding them just to not collect resources from them. So if you want to keep a box nearby, put their food all in there, and when you're going to be running around your base, you can then fill up those food dishes again. That is all I've got for you today. I am just breaking into the mountains, and so I haven't gotten the fuzzy goat or the yak yet. I will be breaking into that biome tomorrow probably, so that video should be coming out soon on how to get those guys. I'm also on the hunt for all of the NPCs. I'm just missing one of the new NPCs, and then I will do a video on where they're all located and how to find them. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I've really enjoyed all the comments that you guys have been leaving from the last one. So please, if you have any more feedback, helpful tips, challenges, or questions, drop them all in the comments below. And if you are enjoying the game, tell me why. Also, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about update number 4? What are you enjoying the most? What are you finding the most frustrating? I am enjoying the baby animals. They are so adorable. I am not enjoying having to hunt down my blacksmith every time I need to make nails. That is a pain in the butt. So those are my thoughts. Tell me yours, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye.